Hi everyone, Marian here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have what will hopefully be an interesting and thought-provoking video for you guys. This is all about Judaism and breastfeeding. So I just recently completed the draft of my first book, which is all about Judaism and pregnancy, and one of the topics I get into is breastfeeding, and I thought this would make a really interesting video because I'm in the midst of my own breastfeeding journey. I breastfed my older son for 18 months, and now my younger son, he's just a newborn. He's 3 months old. He's actually on my lap right here if you hear little newborn gurgles. So I am a big advocate of breastfeeding, not because I think it's better than bottle or anything like that, but because I think a lot of women are given misinformation and aren't able to really make their own choices, especially in the hospital. A lot of the time they're told that they don't have enough supply or their latch isn't right or whatever. So I just want to say before we get into any of the Judaism stuff that if you're interested in breastfeeding, I highly recommend hiring a lactation consultant if you have any trouble, especially right at the beginning. Unless you are at a super baby and mother-friendly hospital, you will definitely be told that you should be supplementing even on day 1. So I just want to get that out there. If you are committed to breastfeeding, get a lactation consultant, get a good breast pump, and yeah. Okay, sorry to go off topic on that rant, but it is just very near and dear to my heart, so I just wanted to put it out there. Okay, so Judaism and breastfeeding. The first thing I just want to say is that yes, breastfeeding and nursing is kosher in Judaism. In fact, it's held as one of the most miraculous divine events that humans can experience. The fact that we're able to nourish and feed our children right when they're born from our own bodies is a gift from God, and it's a way to experience the divine right here on earth. In the Torah and throughout the Talmud, which are religious texts where rabbis comment on Jewish law, nursing is celebrated. There's an emphasis on it being sacred, and it's often written about in very gracious terms. Judaism often connects the idea of nursing with the idea of receiving Torah or receiving a gift from God. One of the most famous stories of nursing in the Bible is of Moses. So if you remember, he's put into the sea in his little Moses basket, and he's found by the Egyptian princess who takes him and raises him on her own. But of course she doesn't have milk to feed him because she didn't give birth to him. So in the Bible there are wet nurses, and his actual mom, Yocheved, is used as his wet nurse, and it's said that through this exchange, through this nurturing experience, that she transferred not only her Judaism but her values to him, and that's how he was raised with compassion and to be a great leader, was because he was able to be nursed by his mom, by Yocheved. So it's just this really beautiful story of nursing and very essential to the Jewish experience. Then, like I mentioned, there are examples in the Torah of comparisons being made to nursing. So when the Jewish people received the Torah at Mount Sinai, it said it was like they were receiving their mother's milk, the divine word from God. And again, when they received manna from heaven, when they're wandering the desert, it's again used in an analogy of milk from mom. So in the Talmud, which I mentioned is where the rabbis comment on Jewish law, there's a book called the Shulchan Aruch, which talks about laws dedicated to family life and living everyday life. And one of the things it talks about is breastfeeding, and it said that women should nurse their children for a minimum of 2 years and a maximum of 5 years. So it actually is written about. There are laws describing exactly how it goes on. And in modern Judaism, nursing is also being celebrated. In the conservative movement, not that long ago, it was made a rule that you can nurse in synagogue. There was a lot of debate about that. There was this concept that because we want to protect the dignity and the holiness of the synagogue, that women shouldn't do it. But one of the rabbis commented that actually there's nothing holier or more celebratory of the synagogue experience than nursing a baby in synagogue. In Hebrew, nursing is the word gamul, which has the same root as the word gomel, which is kindness. And again, throughout Jewish liturgy, the idea of nursing is this divine connection and kindness to your children, that you give of yourself to them. One question I saw when I was researching this topic is it okay to pump on Shabbat? So a pump is a machine, and doing the pumping yourself is a form of work. So the law in Judaism is that it's not okay to pump on Shabbat unless it's for the health of the mom or the baby. So for example, if you're really engorged and in a lot of pain, then it is okay to pump, and it's also okay okay to pump if you're going to use that milk to feed the baby right then and there. So it's not okay to pump on Shabbat if you're going to save the milk for like a later time, but if you're going to feed the baby right then and that's how they're nursing, maybe you're exclusively pumping, then it's fine. So I am not that religious or strict in Judaism, but I just wanted to put that out there in case anyone is wondering about it. And then just to answer the question, is breast milk kosher? Yes, it is, but only for the baby. So I don't know if you're planning on drinking somebody else's breast milk, but it's only kosher for the baby. And the other question I want to answer is infant formula kosher? Yes, there are brands of infant formula that are kosher. So if you're strictly kosher and you're not able to breastfeed or don't want to breastfeed, then you should look into a kosher infant formula. So that's it. That is my video all about Judaism and nursing. I hope you guys have found this video interesting. If you'd like me to cover more topics on Judaism or what is kosher and what are the rules and how do Jews live their lives, then definitely let me know in the comments what I can cover for you, because I'd love to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I'll see you next time. Bye!